You're listening to the Positivity Hour podcast, hosted by Darshaun Smith. Strap in and buckle up, and let's get straight into it. Welcome back to another episode of the Positivity Hour podcast. I'm your host, Darshaun Smith. This is episode 243. And in today's episode, it's going to be nice, short, and sweet, probably 5-10 minutes. So I'm not even going to hit you with a fast intro. Today, I want to talk about how over the last 7 years of my life on Earth, from 2019 in about August to 2026 in about August, aka the entire time I've been doing this podcast, 242 episodes and counting. This is 243. And most importantly, traveling the world, traveling the United States, going to college, getting out of college, trying to live my dreams, doing this thing called life. I've finally, after all of the hard work, I have finally found myself, okay? I've come back into the knowing realm, however you want to call it, of who Darshaun Smith is and what that actually means for me and the people around me and how I want to move forward with my life. This isn't going to be like, oh, Darshaun is a charismatic individual. No, that's not going to be one of those videos or one of those podcast episodes. But I do want to say that, after finishing my podcast, or not finishing my podcast, finishing my website, which if you click in the show notes down below, you can do me a solid and go click on it. Let me know if I spelled anything wrong or make sure all the links work. Everyone who's gone to it says it does, but hey, we could always boost the website traffic. I say all that to say that soul-searching journey of fixing my sales funnel and, just the latest iteration of trying to live my dreams, goals, and aspirations and really find out who I am, what do I do, what can I do for others, what do I stand for, how do I want to be remembered, what's my legacy, how do I want to live my life, being an entrepreneur, going to college, running this podcast, starting a business, all of this and more has made me time and time again ask myself these big questions, and I finally have some answers. I finally know who I am, what I'm supposed to do, or what I at least think I'm supposed to be doing. I have direction. I have a sense of purpose. I feel good about life. I feel motivated. I feel, as I've been saying to people, I feel phenomenal. This is the best I've felt physically, mentally, however you want to describe it, since 2019. This is the best I've felt in the last 7 years of my life. And I think it all comes back to the simple fact that I actually have been trying. And I think that's the memo I want to get across here in this podcast episode in particular. I don't have any tips or tricks for you. I don't have any shortcuts to bestow upon you. I don't have any wisdom outside of whatever you do. If you're shooting for the stars, whether you're trying to land on the moon, whether you're trying to talk to that girl and get her number, whether you're trying to, level up, go back to college and get a better job, whatever you do in life, just try. In 2019, and even before that, 2017, 2018, 2019, I was trying to get in shape. I was trying to become better. I was trying to talk better. I was trying to change my mind and become elevated so that I could actually be rich. I could be successful. I could have money to get cars and live in a nice house and have a beautiful wife and kids and all of this. I wanted to be very far from where I started my life, because, you can't help what you're born with, but it's on you if you die broke. And in the process of that, by the time I graduated high school, I was doing things. Okay. I had stuff going for me. I had really tried some things and I had seen a little bit of results. Then when I went to college, obviously I'm moving to a new city, being around new people that are from different states and different countries. I've always been a huge advocate for college, but only if you can afford it. If you have to go $250,000 in debt, it's not worth it, bro. But then again, even going to a local community college, going to a college, where you pay for it as you go and you're like one semester on, one semester off. I still even think that that's worth it just because it exposes you to new things. But my experience with college exposed me to so much of these new things, so much of what I was trying to become, this elevated person, different mindset, able to make money, able to have a beautiful wife and kids and all of this and be a family man. It really cooked my brain. And especially, not to mention, I went to college July 2019. What happened? March 2020, COVID. And that cooked my brain on top of college cooking my brain. And I lost a lot of who I was. I lost a lot of everything I had built in high school, what I thought I was going to do with my life. I lost a lot of that. And it's taken a solid 6.5 years to get back to feeling confident in myself, feeling capable in my abilities, and feeling like I can do anything. You know, there have always been glimpses or moments where it was like, hey, like nobody can fuck with me right now. Like I'm Darshaun Smith. This is what I stand for. I put the work in, and that's why I think I can be the best of the best at this. But, you know, there were also moments where I was like, brother, I'm about to drop out of college. I'm about to just, you know, hop on a train and travel the world and be a nomad and live off $100 a month or whatever. Like, cause I just don't know. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I stand for. I don't know what to believe. These people are telling me do this. My family's saying do that. Other people are saying, no, fuck all that. Do this instead. I'm just like, what do I believe? You know, what do I stand for? What do I want to be known for? You know, all of this and more. And like I've said, after 7 hard years of, you know, papers and speeches and jobs and, you know, just real life experiences, seeing the world, seeing around the United States, you know, making content, just producing things people consuming greatness from others, all of this and more. You know, the list is nearly endless. I have finally found myself again. And like I said, the only wisdom I wish to impart on you today or bestow upon you today is just whatever you do, no matter how light it seems outside, no matter how dark it seems inside, whatever you do, my party people, never stop trying, never give up, and never stop being you, okay? And you are gonna change. Like, that was the whole point. I had to remind myself of that, you know, recently, but also throughout the process. Like, that's the whole reason I feel weird in certain, or felt weird rather in past tense in certain circumstances. It's because I felt like I didn't belong in these spaces, and it's because I didn't. I'm just a little kid from the hood, bro, Wellington Heights, and I'm in rooms with billionaires right now. Like, I felt weird. Like, I'm meeting with professors who are, you know, best friends with U.S. senators, and I shook hands with senators. I have a senator's phone number. I could call them right now. Like, these experiences, these life moments, like, I didn't feel like I deserved them or I had worked for them or whatever, but it's like, just because I felt like that in the moment, like, that's a good thing. That means you're actually pushing yourself, you're actually getting outside your comfort zone, and you're actually growing. And 7 years later, you know, looking at this in retrospect, I can now say, like, like, everything I've ever done in my entire existence has led me to this very point where I'm at right now, where I genuinely feel amazing. I genuinely have a great outlook on life and my abilities to be the change I want to see in the world, and it's go time. Like, as soon as my website was done, I was doing a photo shoot later that day, making content to post later that day. You know, I have a business plan. I've had to track my KPIs, make sure, you know, my business is actually growing, how much lifetime value I'm getting, you know, my lead gen, I'm working on marketing. I'm working on all of these things and more, just because, like, I finally know more. I've tried enough where I know something, and it's like, okay, I have an idea now. Like, it's go time. So I've been saying it all year, 2026. Okay, 2026 is the year of action. It is the year of doing stuff. It is the year of getting to work. And I must say, my party people, that we have been getting to the work, and it's finally been paying off. My website is done. My Instagram and Facebook have been updated, and I got a plan on what content I need to post, how I need to market myself, who my clientele is. You know, same thing with my personal brand. I know my core pillars, how I want to help people, you know, overcome their adversity and make their dreams their reality, all of these things and more. Like, I have a genuine plan, a genuine idea of what I want to do, who I am, and what I stand for, you know, when I talk to those around me. And it's only because of these last 7 years, of pushing myself, the trials and tribulations, and, like I said, most importantly, just going above and beyond. So, like I said, I want to keep this podcast under 10 minutes. We're at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I love and appreciate you. Stay positive and get the bread. And that's all we got. Next week, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get back to the video. I don't know if we're going to be doing clips, but I'm going to at least try to get back to doing videos. So I appreciate you. I love you. Make sure you like, subscribe, unsubscribe, hate, comment, follow, unfollow, share, or report. I don't really care what you do. Just stay positive and get the bread. DSP out. Positivity God out. And we gone. Woo!
Darshaun, take up the camera!
I'm in my G'd up zone. I'm about to get it in, kick your feet up, home. Days turn to weeks when you're always on the grind all night. I got my re-up back. I'm about to get it in, I'll be right back.
Nate, high lows to those who don't know the name. And G'd up, yup, that's the only thing I claim.